Hey there, kids. Mr. King here. Going to teach you how to make a horse head, kind of a cartoon style one right here. And it's simple. We're going to use geometric shapes, circles here, to do that. So if you can draw two circles, you can do this project. So this is a common question I get asked by kids on how to do that. So we're going to create a new layer right here, and we are going to use our pencil, and we're just going to make a circle. It's going to be relatively large, a little bit further to the right side of the paper. Now we're going to make another smaller circle on the left over here, about half the size of the first one. And it's okay if it's a little oblong like mine, that's fine. But the next step we're going to do is we're actually going to attach the top part of our circle, of our smaller circle, to the top part of our larger circle. And the same thing goes for the bottom right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the horse's head is going to be joining these two circles together. So that we do a little bit of an inward curved line on both the top and bottom. Doesn't need to be an extreme curve whatsoever, but you guys, I think, kind of get the point. Once you've done that, the next thing is you're going to want to erase those parts of the curved circles that face each other. And so in the end, you're going to get this shape. It's somewhere between like an hourglass and like a water droplet. It's a little weird. So this is going to be our horse head. We're going to go to the back of the larger circle and the bottom of the larger circle. We're going to make two curved lines coming down from that to get a little wider at the bottom. And you can see now we basically have what looks kind of like a seahorse head. And that's good because seahorse, horse, we're getting the same kind of head on both of them. The thing I'm going to let you know is that when you go to erase that line, that larger curve where it joins together the circles, don't erase the bottom part, just erase the top part here. And what that'll do is it'll leave a little bit that looks like the jaw carrying across the neck of the horse, and that's a good thing. So right here at the top, we're going to add our ears, and the way we're going to do that is make some very long almond shapes. The first is fully visible, the next is just hidden behind the head. And that way, what it does is it gives you that kind of three-dimensionality of, you know, one ear is facing towards you and one ear is facing away from you. Once you've done that, you're going to move all the way down to the smaller circle at the end, and we're going to work on adding the nostril down here. So when you do the nostril, it's just going to be a little slash dash line kind of right in the middle of the circle, the smaller one. And that's your nostril. It's all you need to do. Now the next part is throwing the mouth near the bottom of that circle. It's going to initially follow that curve and then straighten out. Now it can be very straight. It can curve back down just a little bit, which makes it look a little more kind of like resting or maybe even annoyed. Or you can curve it up and give it a little bit more of a smile. Now that doesn't need to be all that long because horses' mouths are very much forward on their heads. And that, you know, is a problem I see with some drawings of horses from kids, is they have really long, weird mouths. So up here near the top, or actually near the middle of the largest circle, we're going to add our eye. So just put a dot right kind of where we're going to do that. And the way we're going to do that is add a large curve across the top part right here, and then another curve across the bottom, making another almond shape. And now we have our eye, and we can decide to put the pupil or the iris looking up. Can have it looking down. I'm going to have mine left looking down, kind of like this. And we're obviously getting very, very close to the end here. All we really need to do now is create the hair, or what's called the mane on the horse. And the easy way to do that is add some curved lines along the back of the neck coming down after the jaw. And then you can join them together as triangles that kind of curve along the back of the neck. If you feel like this is too much of like almost looks like a snake neck, you know, that like triangle pattern coming down there, we'll just erase the top part of that, of each one of those triangles, and come back over them with just a little bit of a curved line to connect them. That will give those pieces of hair more of a three-dimensional look, like they actually have some form to them, and that'll help the process. The other thing you can do is at the bottom points you can add some lines right there to add a little hair texture, and that will really make it look nice. And that's basically it. There's your horse. We can do some other details, so we can do as many as we want, but the one that I think is really common is the request to convert this into a unicorn. So I just added a couple hairs on the end of the ear. We're going to put some long V right off the center of the head. That's going to be the cone that makes the horn. Curve the bottom of it, erase the overlapping line from where the head is, and then the final touch is going to be adding some curved diagonal lines to make it look like there's that spiraling effect on the horn. Okay, so that's really it. What I'm going to do here, though, is just finish off the very bottom of the neck, and then we're going to start adding some splashes of color here. So obviously, unicorn, we're not going to go traditional colors. Let's do like a really, really light blue for the body of our unicorn, and we can carry on with any number of kind of silly colors for the rest of it. Let's do a little purple for the eye here, and then carrying the same blue through the ears. And we can decide, I think, for the horn, let's go with a pink and a white combo here. Hitting the wrong part of the screen. And yeah, I mean, you're going to see this all kind of comes together with a very pretty look. For the hair, you know what? I was thinking purple, but let's go pink, or I mean yellow here actually, excuse me, yellow, just to kind of go and have some contrast with the rest. We'll pull the purple in somewhere else near the end here, so we just got to figure out the background color. Yeah, we said purple. So let's figure out what purple we like the most for that background and drop that in, and ta-da! There's our awesome unicorn that came out of the horse head drawing. We will do another video talking about the body of our horse at some point to break that down into some basic shapes. But yeah, I mean, it's easy. You can add any details you want. You can do some cool stuff. So this is my horse head that I just did this time. You can compare that to the head that we made initially in the very beginning of the video, the one that I showed you, just my little example. And you can see that there are some little changes to it, and that just happens whatever you're drawing. So don't worry about it. Don't sweat the mistakes. Don't worry about making changes or it not coming out exactly the way you planned it. So if you look at the original one, here it is, in comparison to the other drawing, you can see there's definitely some changes to a little more curved to the top of the head, and I really don't mind that. So anyways, guys, have an awesome day. Draw some unicorns, draw some horses. Use those geometric shapes to help you because they will make life so much easier. I'll talk to you later.